Oh, howdy all, grab yourself a drink. It is time for some Path of Exile 1 discussion. Actually, you know what? Skip the drink. This is going to be a super short video, but we got a lot of information about patch 3.28's expansion timeline. This is actually not new information in the true sense. This is confirmation of what we'd already heard. But it's also important because a number of Weasel words are removed. The previous announcement Granny Gear Games had made was that 3.28 was going to be coming out in early March. Based on this, the only Friday that is in early March is the 6th of March, but you could potentially maybe Weasel squeeze that into the 13th of March as well. So the 6th of March was a date that they were clearly going for, and the 13th of March was a fallback. If they ended up having some major milestone slippage, then they could just say, all right, it's the 13th of March, but not have to make some major, oops, sorry, we got it wrong, delay post. Just simply say, yep, we're announcing it, firmly locking in the 13th of March. Well, they're firmly locking in the 6th of March now. They're now confident they're going to reach that deadline. On top of that, it's important to note that this is very close to the transition across daylight savings times. So I think in the United States, people call this wintertime and summertime, and not every state has it. In Australia, we call it daylight savings time, and not every state has it. But places that observe it, this is very close to the transition, but it does fall before it for most countries. That's the reason that it's 11 a.m. PST. Path of Exile launches are usually at 8 a.m. on a Saturday in New Zealand's then prevailing time zone. And that does change throughout the year as to what that time is in the United States and all sorts of other places around the world. But it also deviates further for places that are in the Northern Hemisphere. In the Southern Hemisphere, places that observe daylight savings, like me in Melbourne in Australia, we have it from roughly October to April, whereas in the United States and most of the Northern Hemisphere places that have something equivalent like summertime, they tend to have it at slightly different borders. So the most important takeaway here is that double, triple, quadruple check it once Granny Gear Games put up the authoritative countdown timer. That countdown timer will be correct, and it's much more accurate than what I'm trying to work out now and what other people are saying online. On top of this, Granny Gear Games are going to be going into spoiler season soon. So they'll be posting small teasers on their website, and you'll be able to see them very soon. How close is very soon? We don't know. It would be reasonably in line with Granny Gear Games' past practice if they started this on Monday, but they have been changing this. And when I say Monday, I mean Monday of next week in New Zealand time. However, they may change this around depending upon what exactly we're going to be seeing. Also, something else that's an interesting little teaser that's hidden here is that this image conveys the Delve mines. Is this going to be a Delve 2.0? Or is this a red herring? Or is this something that I'm just completely misinterpreting and it has a completely different meaning, like you're going to find caves inside maps? Well, we don't know. But there is this little image here that kind of hints at what might be one of the themes of the new expansion, but also might not be. Now, after this, Granny Gear Games mentioned what the timeline is for the close of the Keepers Challenge League. If there's any challenges you still want to do in that, and I certainly have a lot left, I'm kind of at 90% on a lot of them at the moment, but they're going to be ending, these leagues are going to be ending on the 2nd of March at 1 p.m. PST, and on top of that, Legacy of Frisia 2.0 is going for a few more days as well. So it's going until next Thursday. So there's a few things that you can run there if you're interested, or if you just want to take a break and then come back fresh when 3.28 launches, that's cool too, whatever you prefer. But that's the timeline. 3.28 is coming on the 6th of March. The GGG live broadcast is coming 8 days before that, February 26th. I will be, of course, covering all of the teasers as they come out. May your Varlorbs have interesting results.